Micah's back in town. Woohoo! Made it through the night. Morning. Well, I made it through the night. I was very warm and comfortable. The wind was howling all night long, but it ended up being my friend. It completely dried out my sleeping bag, and it was all fluffy and lofted when I woke up this morning. So that made me really happy. And then I realized, hey, I can probably dry out all my other wet clothes. So I got out and I hung all my wet clothes up on the mountain laurel stubs, and I would say 60% of everything got dried. So some things are still damp, but it's very minimal, and I was able to put wet clothes on today, so I'm pretty excited about that. I gotta climb up Trade Mountain this morning. It's gonna probably be crazy windy up there, so that's why I'm out of breath. The only negative is my phone just got so soaked, and it won't let me charge. So it's functioning fine, but I can't charge it, and I only have about 50% battery for 13 miles today. So you may not see much of me today. Well, you're in luck, everyone. After another attempt, I finally got my phone to start charging. I realized I probably needed to take it out of the case. That was probably equally as wet. And then I plugged it in, and I kept getting this automatic shut off that there was water detected in the adapter hole. So I probably started doing that at 6 o'clock this morning. I probably made 4 attempts, and on the 5th one, it finally took. So it took about 15 hours to dry out. It says that it'll take a while. It'll take several hours. So there's truth there. I really put it through the ringer yesterday, I have to say. I kept the thing in my pouch pocket right here where the battery pack is right now. Kept it in there all day. Sometimes I had my poncho on, sometimes I didn't. But when that torrential rain came in, I just didn't have it in me to make any changes at that point. I was just pushing to get to camp. And it wasn't a case. It was in an Otter box case. It's supposed to be a waterproof case. That is not the case. But needless to say, it was raining buckets. And that phone still worked when it was raining. I was using it. A couple times it would go into like zoom mode, and I'd have to do the 3-finger tap to get it out. If you didn't know that, that's a good thing to know, because I've had that happen before and I had to Google it. But yeah, it's scary that you get that message that you can't charge your phone. Fortunately, I had like 40% in it left yesterday. And now I'm charging. So if you wanted to know if the iPhone was waterproof, really waterproof, there you have it. That was a good climb. So this is Kelly Knob, and I have just learned that this is the last peak over 4,000 feet in Georgia. You know what that means? It means we're almost done with Georgia. We're gonna be in North Carolina soon. This is the view from Powell Mountain. And there is a lake down there. Guy I was hiking with told me the name of the lake, but unfortunately I don't remember it. It is beautiful. It's just 13 miles to Dix Creek Gap. And I've got a resupply box there. So we're just heading there. Taking it a little slower today. Yesterday, the stormy weather really had my adrenaline and cortisol levels up. I was basically in survival mode. The thunderstorm kind of spooked me a little bit, and the high winds were especially unsettling. I found out just a little while ago that there was actually a tornado watch in place. So that would explain it. And then the torrential rain, you know, all of that together. At the moment, I felt like I was just moving along and fine. But when I got into my bag last night and was going to bed, I kind of felt a little creaky. And again this morning when I got up. So probably I'm definitely going into town or staying overnight. The place where my box is at is only a half a mile from the trail, so I could easily grab it, get back on trail and camp somewhere. But I'm definitely staying overnight. I'll do my usual chores. And there's a possibility I may stay for a 0 tomorrow, depending on what the availability is. And for everybody that doesn't know, a 0 means 0 miles of hiking for a day. So I'll be taking tomorrow off. It'll be my rest day, if that's what I end up doing. Well, I arranged for a shuttle from Dix Creek, but they didn't come get me. So it's a half a mile. Woo! Half a mile off trail down to the hostel. Woo! We found him again! Let's go. Do you remember what the name of that one was?
It's just a house burger.
The house burger comes with an egg and avocado on the bottom.
Yeah.
Alright everybody, this is a personal interview with Grayson, one of the Kansas boys who really would like to have his own trail name. I know that.
Yeah.
You aspire to be.
Well, starting in the fall, I'm going to school to be a pilot. I've been working on my pilot's license for pretty much a year, but I'm going to school for it. Plan on being a commercial pilot.
Commercial pilot. That is really awesome. The school that you're going to, it's in Kansas?
Yeah, it's in Kansas. It's in Salina, Kansas. It's a subsidiary of Kansas State University, where pretty much my whole family is gone.
And how many years is the program?
I think it's supposed to be 5 years, but I think I could do it in 4.
When I get on a commercial plane and I look at the cockpit and I see you in there, I'm like, hey, I know you. All right, Grayson, thank you. Back to the hostel we go.